found the map in my coat, coffee stain on the fold, past the mill and the moat, to the place I was told. Lanterns sleep in the rain, mud on the old cobblestone. I heard your name in the lane like a song with a glow. Take me there, take me there, I'm almost home. Every sign says your name, every road feels the same, till I see that gold flame. Tavern board, take me in, tavern board, let me spin. I was lost in the frost, now I'm warm at the door. Tavern board, call my name, tavern board, start the game. I came far through the dark just to stand by the board. There's a fox with a crown and a cat by the stair. Dice keep rolling around in the smoke in the air. Girls sing over the stew with their sleeves full of stars. I can feel something new when you pull me close by the bar. Take me there, take me there, I'm almost home. Every laugh in the hall makes the whole night small when I hear you call. Tavern board, take me in, tavern board, let me spin. I was lost in the frost, now I'm warm at the door. Tavern board, call my name, tavern board, start the game. I came far through the dark just to stand by the board. If the moon falls low, keep one seat for me. I'll follow the glow past the split birch tree. Hold the door, don't close, let the last bell ring. I'm not leaving this dream, not for anything. Tavern board, take me in, tavern board, let me spin. I was lost in the frost, now I'm warm at the door. Tavern board, call my name, tavern board, start the game. I came far through the dark just to stand by the board. Tavern board, take me in, tavern board, now I'm home at the board.
Oh, look at how concentrated I am. That's the most concentrated a picture of me has ever looked. So silly. Hold on. Let's make this go away. Deactivate. Activate. What up? It's me. It's a guy named Matt. I have a thing. It's on screen. It's going to look like this. Dude, I will never figure out how to point the right direction. It's gonna be impossible. It's gonna look like the game that's up above me. It's on Tabletop Simulator. If you're wondering what that is, figure it out. All my games look like that. I'm sure you will learn what it is very soon. If you happen to stick around with us. Who is us? This is a game that comes from a community of tabletop role players called the Tavern Board. It's a place where people come to play TTP, TTG. I'm going to take a step back, take a lap. Hold on for a second. You hold on. Let me make sure people can hear you because I just had an on-air stroke, which is beautiful.
It's
All
all
right,
good.
go for it, brother. The TT. Nope. I said I was going to give up, and I should have give up. Go ahead, Star.
Howdy, y'all. So yeah, the TTB, stands for the Tavern Board, is a TTRPG community, which allows us or allows you guys anywhere in the world to be able to play with anyone else anywhere in the world. We have professional GMs who run games and make sure that they're Tavern Board certified. So you're not just running into a game that some random person on the internet was like, "Yep, this is what I whipped up." It sure is creatively their game, but they're not assholes, and you don't have to deal with a god complex. So, if you're interested and you want to play a game, or if you want to play as the GM, by all means, let us know, and we'd be more than happy to take you.
Absolutely. And none of us have a god complex. Not even me. Um, Speaking of me, some sort of guy who created a world that people are barely messing around with. I'm GM Matt. Once again, no god complex. But the people over here are the players in a game called The World That Was Promised. And in no particular order. Who do we got first?
Well, I'll speak again. Howdy,
Hmm.
y'all. I'll be playing Tharian. Um, excuse my voice if it comes in and out. I'm a little sick right now, but I hope you all enjoy.
All right. And Theron, your partner in crime isn't here tonight, correct?
You will not, but I do have her character sheet open and I have access to it, so do not worry.
Perfect. Okay, that
And
leads us. Go ahead.
oh, and we're all leveled up, so don't worry.
And everyone is leveled up. And that leaves us with the one, the only, whose character is currently extremely high right now. Too high to see a conflict in front of him at the moment, but who do we have left?
Hi, I'm Dobby. I play the extremely high Rolo. He better, smoke it while it's burning than lose it.
That's right. That's right.
And
Go ahead.
almost killed the whole party.
Got close with honesty, with your honesty. Uh, to kind of catch us up, the tail end of the last session, Dobby, the person who plays Rolo, goes, "Ooh, you did say I caught on fire and a bunch of my stuff burned." And I was like, "Yep." And he goes, "I have a bag of explosive powder," and I went, "You sure do," and we had to change everything. Um, so yeah, I appreciate the honesty. That's totally rad. Um, and before we get officially started, right up above me is a little secret thing that says, if this is your very first time ever joining us, just say one little thing in the chat and we do a big thing where we roll a dice for you, and that dice will come in later in the campaign to haunt my players devastatingly. I mean, will be nothing. But without further ado, who thinks they have a decent recap of what happened last week?
I did it last week. You do it, Dobby.
Well, you forget I'm the walking freaking.
He's got it. He's got it on lock. It is no
You got
problem for him.
exactly. You got this.
So we started off. Rolo had a very interesting dream, or
Yep.
premonition, or whatever you would like to call it. Pretty much overhearing a conversation between the creature they were fighting from 2 sessions ago and a voice. The voice saying, "Go back, kill him, take your brother with you." Rolo instantly wakes up from his dream and starts to make sure all fires that they did not start are put out. And then from that point to, well, they start going back down the road. Two massive pillars of fire bloom up, and dealing with the same creature that looks like a Wendigo that's not a Wendigo, and then a creature that looks like Cerberus that isn't Cerberus. We managed to kill one while a magical tower was slowly making its way to us. We somehow managed to survive a fight I don't think we were entirely supposed to survive unscathed. Get into the tower. That's when Rolo realized he now has a ticking time bomb in his hand, and the little dragonborn guy, I can't think of his name, decided he was going to drop his book and jump through the magical portal door right in front of Rolo and saves the whole party.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we left off. There was one other, monochromatically, if blending in with everything you just said, barely even worth mentioning. Mark had a bit of a voice change.
Oh,
Right there at
I
the
forgot
end,
about
and
that.
can I?
Theron
I?
has some guns pointed at him.
I think Theron punched him at the end.
You
I
you
believe.
you have you what the last thing you said was my guns are pointed at him.
Oh, for
Um
sure. There was so me and Mock were fighting over the book that the death mage, like left with us, and some voice inside of Mock manifested and it needed to look inside that book, and I was trying to make sure that he couldn't look inside that book. It was a
mhm.
brutal moment. It was scary for sure. But it was definitely it was interesting. He definitely is someone that Theron is very wary of at
Mhm.
this moment. 100%.
Yep. Yeah. That is officially where we left off with I believe Mock getting the last words, which are that's a heavy book. As his voice goes back to its high pitched squealiness. You guys within the tower are at the first door, which felt magical, but you guys kind of came to the conclusion via some understanding of magic that it is just a portal. What's on the other side now, after a wave of heat kind of hit Rolo, could be anything. Um, but I will leave it up to you, all you players, where we start as a big thud hits the floor as a little bit of dust settles. Mark just looks down at the book and then looks at you, Theron, and goes, "Whoa, hey, easy now. What's going on?"
Is there a way for me to hit him like pistol whip him with my guns and like knock him out?
I mean, it would be for sure contested. Mock does not want to be pistol whipped.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Beforehand, what would the rolls be?
So if you're going to whip him with your pistol, that would be whatever's better for you, an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon.
Uh,
Which like brawlers get that, barbarians get that improvised weapon, but for you, a guy who's been holding that your pistol for so long, I would let you use like your dex um as your
okay,
modifier there.
sure. Yeah, I could do that.
Is that
Uh,
what you're thinking?
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give it a shot.
so that would be like a D20 plus what, like
Just your dexterity.
plus my
Generic
dexterity.
dexterity.
Roger. I'm just gonna roll D20.
Okay.
Just right there actually. There we go.
Let's see
That'll be
what
an
you get.
18.
18 right off the bat. Um, you absolutely make connection with Mock. You feel it in your bones. There is a millimeter away from his face. You're still coming down. And then there's this sound as you are positive you hit him. and then his whole hue turns like this green and then yellow and then back to green and then yellow and brown, and then it drops a little bit back to his normal skin, and he goes, hey, hey, whoa, 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 Umpy Frank here, what the hell was that?
With any kind of like knowledge of magic, do I know what Mark Mock could possibly be?
uh what he is or what just happened?
What he is?
Oh yeah. um yeah, roll me a I mean, it's an intellect, nature, whatever is best for you.
Nothing. All right.
Or nature, I mean, something, right? uh
Yeah, a six. A six.
you are positive he's a dwarf, you know that for sure. uh
Fuck.
and Mock just looks at you and goes, am I missing something? You guys, we were doing great, things were going good, a little bit of an explosion, that's okay though, and now you're hitting me with your guns, and that's not cool to me.
Mock, Mock. I'm like, I really need you to be honest here with me.
Yeah,
Is there somebody else living inside your body?
not that I know of.
You sure?
I've checked. I can check again. And he just like opens up his mouth and he like gives you like the widest, most open mouth he could. And his tongue wiggles around and goes, ah! Anybody in there? Nope.
Hmm. Mock, I don't. Mock, do you remember anything about um what you just did with the book here? And he like Theron has taken the book back, right?
It is on the ground. No one has claimed it yet.
I'm going to
Uh,
grab it, like, hold it up, and be like, "This book."
the only thing that would stop you is an extremely high Rolo, since you've had a couple actions, and this book does lay on the ground ever so temptingly easy to take. Rolo, however, has had some conversations with the gentleman on the other side of the door. Does Rolo snag at it during this conflict, or what do you think?
Yeah, Roller was gonna like slowly try slide it towards him.
It's heavy as
Okay.
shit.
It's quite heavy. If you're trying to be sneaky about it, I'm going to need a stealth. And that does come at disadvantage because of how heavy it is. I like that even on the screen, the dice rolled off. Like,
I know.
that's so silly. Okay. A 22. Uh, absolutely. Um,
Hold on.
what's in the book, he says. I'll never
Hold on.
tell.
One more. One more.
Oh,
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. I'm so sorry. Yeah, roll it one more time. You're right. What is in the book, OT Cleric? Who knows? It is titled, I don't know if this popped up, Endings. Okay, a 14. As this kind of kerfuffle's going on, I believe Theron, your passive perception actually does pass that. Let
Okay.
me check one more time. Yeah, 15. So as Rolo kind of has the book and he's like pulling it towards himself, this whole conflict ends and you look over and Rolo's like got it in his possession.
Hmm. Well, what you doing there, friend?
Dab, 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 dab. I'm just holding the book.
Well, just don't open it for a second and just, back away. You could take it. I don't really care. But I gotta deal with something. And he's looking over at Mock. At Mock.
Hmm?
Mock.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, do you have a second personality by chance?
Yeah, no, not that I know of. Like I said, just kind of mock. But you were asking me like, what was going on? What do I remember? I remember you being like, Mark, you should pick up the book. And I said, you sure, guys? I think we should all take turns and maybe figure out what's best. And then you were just like, no, take the book. And like you guys all cheered me on, and I opened it. And I remember being really, really sad. Yeah. And then it got
Ma,
heavy and I dropped it.
Farron is just like, Ma, if I
Yeah.
didn't know better, I'd say there's something inside you. And can I tell? Can I do like an insight check to see if this guy's lying?
Yeah, absolutely. Inside away.
Fuck me, 11. I'm rolling bad today.
It's
Roller was secretly paying attention.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, let me shoot Rolo a very private message real quick. But
Oh
Theron,
come on.
as you look at Mock, and he's like got his typical cheeriness. He was holding his bag of soul trickery, but he put that down to pick up the book. So that's nowhere, that's not in his possession. And as you look at him, you just look at him with this bit of like, I know one thing for sure, that wasn't Mock's voice. Uh, but he seems super genuine right now. And so you're like, is he the best actor in the world? Is this Mark and he has no idea what's going on? Or is this Mark and he knows half of what's going on? You know, so like all the options are still there for you. However, where is Dobby? There it is. Let me send you a private message, sir.
Is there any chance that I could have Veridity give me guidance?
Yeah, she's actually awake this time. Instead of last time when you asked and she was asleep.
Yeah. Alright, so D4. Come on. 4. A 1. Yay!
Doing great, man. Crushing it right now.
I don't do it.
Roller was going to wobbly step towards Theron. Hold on,
Yeah.
my shit's being glitchy.
How?
Love it. What's inside of Mock? Mr. Nate
And then-
says.
And then Roller's gonna put his hand over there, like, "Come on, man, he ain't lying or nothing. He don't think he's lying."
Well, he just didn't
As
see this. He just didn't see what came out of him, Frodo. It just, or what the hell that was.
Obsidian walks up to Mark and just kind of rubs against his legs and goes past him.
See, even Obsidian likes Mark. Just apologize for hitting the man, and let's be on our merry way.
Real quick, I'm gonna cast a spell on myself real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
Obsidian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Should
Obsidian's
I
head turns.
should I trust Mark?
Which one's Mock?
Oh, he's the one that you just rubbed up on his leg.
Obsidian flips around. Oh, that guy. He stinks.
Would you by any chance be able to tell him, like, identify or like what he smells like?
Obsidian jumps on his back and like sniffs him thoroughly on the neck and like gets in his ears and even like paws kind of on his face to get to his nose. He goes, something yucky. I don't know. But he kind of nice and chubby, and Mock's just like, hey, okay, okay, Veridity. And is extremely nervous. And then Obsidian just, oh, he hasn't bathed in a while.
All right. I believe in you.
Obsidian kind of hops down and goes, "This is nice. Just having a little chat. That's have you just not talked to me or
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm usually my abilities come and go. I don't
Mhm.
really think about it much.
Okay,
Um,
well, just I don't really want to interrupt you, but I'm starving."
he pulls out like some like jerky from his bag.
Kind of walks closer to you and just starts ripping it apart. That's fresh, man. That's pretty good stuff. Not enough, but pretty good.
No problem. Well, but yeah, I do use magic, but I haven't used it in a while. Comes from my
Uh,
mom's side.
from kind of all around, but you get the radiation of it from behind the door. You just hear this. Are you guys coming to help me? I heard a loud sound, and are you guys all okay?
Rolo's going to kind of like just look around and be like, "Who's talking?"
I'm the one who you're here to help. I hope. I sometimes my brain gets really foggy and it hurts when you guys are like around and talking, and I know he's listening, so he's got to be close. He could be right behind. He could be on level 3 already. I don't know. I'm just confused. Can you please just go a little bit faster?
Sure, buddy.
Okay. Be careful. Remember, do you guys have notes?
Um, no, not particularly. I'm not very good with writing, or reading.
Oh.
I only carry a special kind of paper, and it's not for writing.
Oh no. And the voice just kind of like drops in hue, and you feel the room just kind of dampen just a little bit, as if like there are lanterns somewhere, you don't see them, and then they just kind of slowly shut off.
No hope. No
No,
hope.
not a
No.
chance.
Well, I guess we gotta go onward bound we go. Tillich and Mach could just be like, Mach,
Yeah.
if I'm just gonna let you know now, and I'm
Hmm.
sure whatever is inside you is gonna be there. If that voice comes out, I'm not gonna hesitate to shoot.
I, I I don't know how to take that.
Mach, you keep being yourself right now, and you won't have to worry about that.
Okay. And he's digging in his bag and he grabs a jar and kind of like twists the cap and he like puts it on his shirt and like rubs it and he goes, "You okay? That was what you said was a little threatening." And so I'm gonna put another soul on and I'm gonna be safe.
By all means.
Okay. I might get another soul. You guys freak me out now. Adventuring with strangers I thought would be so cool, and now it's super frightening.
Before Theron like goes to open the door, he's gonna drag the monster body that he has with him.
Hmm.
Just dragging this massive carcass.
It was a chunk of it. You did take a chunk of it, not the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take care of it. Yeah,
Okay. But yeah, you guys all head up to the door. Is it time to open?
Yep.
yeah.
Wow, beautiful. It opens. There's a shimmering, like almost like a dewy like substance falling from the door frame. Who wants to go first?
Rolo is going to kind of like walk up to it, lays, and just kind of like poke it.
Yeah, your finger feels fuzzy, as if Woolly Willy just exploded on your finger, like it just your finger became Woolly Willy for a second.
This is dope. And he just walks through it.
Oh man, your body irradiates different feelings as if you were there and here and up and down, and then like smooth jazz hits your ears before you pop through this door. The smooth jazz is important. Don't forget the smooth jazz.
Theron's just
Who's next?
Theron's watching all this. Is just like Obsidian. You might need to watch him just in case. He might hurt himself.
Obsidian goes through the door next then.
Theron will go next.
Okay. With that, the dew starts to fade. And as you're even going through it, as you like expect there to be something amazing and a weird sense of something, you just kind of step through into another room. As we sit with Veridity and Mock, the dew is now a slow trickle, as if rain is like just dripping off of trees, and it hasn't rained in like 10 or so minutes, so it's just kind of chop 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 chop. Mock looks over at Veridity, goes, "Ladies first." Would Veridity go through, or are we gonna let Mark go through?
Sure. I think Veridity would definitely be right next to Theron.
Okay. As Mark goes to go through, the door slams shut. And the last thing you guys hear of Mark is, "Hey, wait, guys! Something's wrong! I'm stuck over here." As we switch over to a separate room. It feels the same as before. It looks the same as before, but there is a very subtle difference. Don't look at any of those other things. Those mean nothing. As we have to kick out, we don't have to kick him out. He's in here. Mock. But the first thing Rolo sees, go away, bag of dungeon doors, is a dragonborn man just laid on the ground, guts just pouring out, hands as if he couldn't quite throw the powder fast enough, both exploded in the or somewhere in some sort of essence. And he's just laying kind of peacefully up on like his own shoulder, and he picks up his head. Hi. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. The he, I'm not fine. I'm doing really bad.
Rolo is gonna be like, "Hey, you like totally saved our lives back there, dude."
Va, where's my book?
Oh, I have it right here.
Can I? And he like goes to reach, and like he just has nubs. He goes, hmm, hmm. Can you open it? Open it, please. There's black velvet. That's me. That's for me.
Rolo opens it and he's like, blue, red tab,
Mm,
pink tab,
mm-mm, mm-mm,
Is there?
black tab.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. Is there a spell that might help this guy by a chance?
Potentially.
Interesting. I'm gonna let you guys continue, but I do have an idea. Don't
Okay.
kill him all. Don't kill him.
Dobby, this is your time. Kill him now. Open the black tab and kill him. But as you open up the black tab, you're kind of looking at him, as he like crosses his hands and kind of lays back, and he goes, "Go ahead, read it to me." You see as it pulls up, "Go ahead, read it to me." And then there's a little bit of sections where it says, his pain radiates from every inch and every crescence of or every essence of his body. Blood, ink pours out from him, but yet he tries to pretend that it's all fine. And you're getting the sense of, as you look at him, he's like wincing a little bit and smiling. He goes, "No, it's fine. Continue, continue. Is it long page, short page, 2 page, hopefully?" And you can see the ink is starting to dry up as it writes. And it is not half a page even.
Sorry, man. Apparently your story ain't very long.
No, I've done much worse. I've seen. I don't really remember all the things I've seen now. I've, I know I've been almost every. The story is over, isn't it? Am I done?
Uh, uh, Star, this is
It's
your turn.
okay. It's fine.
Above table, Star. If this is where you want to interject before.
Nah, let him die real quick. I'm gonna be real honest. You need to let him die first.
Rolo looks at it like, those are your last words. Bye bye.
And like he makes a surprised face, like, oh, I had better words, and nothing comes out. Uh, and as he sits down, he doesn't necessarily uh like collapse like you would think a dead body would or someone dying would. He just like finds himself into every inch in every little crack in the wood of the floor, and he sinks into it, and his body stops becoming this dragonborn that was a little misshapen from the get-go, but just kind of becomes an inky stain on the floor.
Before he completely turns into a damn inky stain on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
um, Veridity is gonna cast Revivify.
Absolutely she does. Which is what level, good sir?
It is going to be uh technically you can't upcast it.
Right.
From what I can see, it's only a third level.
Okay. I have to be very specific in what I read.
She's just gonna
Okay.
touch. Yep.
As she does go ahead and mark off that third level spell, she steps up to this very strange creature, and she kind of pokes him, and it's that horrible moment when you're ready to touch flesh, and it just kind of crumbles underneath. But in her case, it's almost like putting her finger into silly putty. As she does cast Revivify, it does not help this creature one bit. I now that that's been said, it does not help this thing one bit, not creature.
Mm.
Um, as maybe you learned a little bit about the thing, maybe you didn't. Now, however, it does continue unless someone would like to do something else to turn into an inky black stain, staining the wood.
Hmm.
Rolo, it's because Rolo's high and people do weird shit. Rolo's gonna look at Mock and be like, "Do you got an empty vial?"
You flip around to look at Mark, and there is nothing behind you. No door, no
Oh,
nothing.
like, whoa, where'd the door go?
Uh, However, as this inky blot stains the wooden floor, around you are two new doors, one directly in front of you and one to the left. Um, Rolo, you are also holding a 70 some pound book, by the way. Worth remembering. Um, the world is open to you guys. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Um. Trying to think. All right. Just to clarify, so
Mm-hmm.
the ink is still.
The ink is still
Oh,
there.
hmm.
I'm trying to see if I don't think she has anything that could have helped him.
Revivify was something, but he has to die first, and according to the spell.
Uh you have
They
to
have to,
go super in depth on that spell to see why that didn't help him.
well, I get that you said thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So this would probably be the first time for Veridity, and we'll have to kind of catch her up on this, that she's gone to use this spell. and nothing has happened. Not like there wasn't a glimpse of magic, not like the person is, up but still looking terrible. Just absolutely nothing at all happens, except for a lack of magic, or a bit of magic leaving her.
Mm-hmm. Roger. Roger.
Hmm. Hmm. Obsidian would kind of run around and noticing just the shock in her would just kind of go up and start doing its social pet behavior, bumping up against her, making sure her hands are clean by licking them clean and whatnot. The things you expect a big cat to be doing.
Hmm. Trying to think. Theron's probably looking around the rooms. Can I look on the floor to see if anyone's been like walked through any of these doors recently?
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, you absolutely can. Give me a survival check.
Come on,
Oh,
bro, bro. What are these rolls?
whoa. A natural one, huh? Anything
Uh,
you want to use to mess with that? Is there you have any grip points right now?
D- Roll, can I borrow your talking thing?
Your talking thing, he asks.
yeah, I reckon you can borrow it. Just so you can
Thank.
roll another net one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
please do. Please do.
No, this is a 22. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. Looking around, this floor that you're on has had plenty of footsteps throughout it. Um, a large chunk of them go left, a large chunk of them go right, a large chunk of them go or straight, from straight to left, from left to straight. There are a few of them that just kind of find themselves hunkered down in each one of these unused corners. And you can see there's like kick marks on the wall. You can see there's probably been some scuffles around. Um, but it all kind of seems as if like that mud and the crudeness of what they left behind is so old, that it couldn't have been any time recent.
All right. And then when I get close to the doors, I'm guessing with the 22, can I smell like blood or anything near any
Which
of the
door?
doors?
Which door do you want to get close to?
I'll go closer to the left one.
Okay. As you do, Theron, you get close to this door, and a 22 gives you something. It's a blast of like heat, but not like an explosion, not like some sort of like campfire, just like a nasty dry heat, that you would maybe get from like a desert heat. And it comes at you in waves like foom, 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 foom. And it just kind of stings the face.
And then I'll go to the next door and do the same thing. I just want to feel or try and see if I can smell blood or something behind the door. Just try and see if
Uh,
there's any, I can identify something.
yeah, you go up to that second door, and there's this like musky, left behind, something that maybe used to be full of fragrance and herbs, and oils, and now just smells like old rotten must.
Hmm. They're just gonna look at the other door and be like, we should probably go through the fire door. And he's gonna go talk about the door on the left.
Okay. Anyone else? Is there anything anyone would want to do? Um, I was gonna say what Mark wants, but he's not here. And
Roller,
Inkman's gone.
Roller is going to be like holding this book and be like, "Man, this book is heavy. I'm gonna drop it."
Okay. As the
Okay.
book hits the ground, thump, the wood around your feet kind of just goes down and rises back up. The book lays at your feet.
Roller's going to look at it. Oh well, and just starts walking off.
Okay. Which door do you walk towards?
Mm, Roller's just going to keep walking straight.
Okay. And then Veridity and Obsidian. Last Obsidian heard, he was supposed to be watching Rolo. So Obsidian, although kind of like disappointed, looks at Veridity and just kind of bumps her one more time and then sprints over to Rolo.
Theron's just gonna be like, "Where are you going?"
And it looks over at you and you just hear this.
I can speak. He can talk to me.
How long does your spell last?
I believe it lasts until a long
I
rest. Give me 1 second.
I thought it was 10 minutes. I could entirely be wrong because
Yeah,
I don't
it is 10.
memorize spells.
It is 10 minutes. Absolutely.
I do memorize spells. I'm the greatest. Um,
God,
okay.
I really wish they like. All I wish they would keep the spell the same throughout every edition.
Yeah, you are no longer able to talk to Obsidian, and last he heard, keep an eye on that guy.
Roger. Um, but I'm mainly talking to Rolo.
Heard. uh, a very high Rolo. What's your response there, boss?
Rolo is gonna kind of be like, I don't want to turn.
Oh boy.
Can Theron go over there and just pick him up like a fucking mannequin, just put him and then just put him back down on his feet in front of the door that I'm trying to go through?
Yeah. As you kind of get this, I did an evil thing. I wanted to. I've been waiting for a while. Uh,
Oh hell!
as as Rolo, you kind of hear the footsteps of Theron as Theron kind of turned towards you and is heading your way. Rolo, you feel it now. You kind of smell it. You get that glimmer, that glimpse of a heat, and it's coming from your door as it hits you in waves. It's not fire. It's not an explosion. It's just a very dry heat that just seeps through the door in all of its cracks. Uh, so yeah, you feel that now at your door.
Rolo's gonna be like, man, he's grabbing his collar, like pulling at like people do when they get hot. He's like, did it get stuffy in here?
There's
Uh,
there, oh,
Go ahead there.
There's just gonna be like, "What did you say? Stuffy?"
Yeah, it got hot, and uh, fire doesn't bother me, and I'm hot.
Theron, do you keep going that way?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab that guy.
That heat that heat leaves your back as you get closer, and you feel the mugginess from that door. The door that Dobby's at. Rolo.
Mhm.
Sorry, Dobby.
There's just gonna be like, "The heat is at the other door, Rolo."
Tell you, but no, this door is hot.
Uh, Obsidian kind of goes up to it and puts his hands on the door and like listens up against it, and just kind of knocks at it and headbutts it a little bit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What you think, friend? What you
Uh,
thinking?
I am
Rolo,
curious. I'm gonna help Veridity out here. Veridity, as the boys, as they do, start arguing. I'm going to can. Let's see. Did that pop up the way I want it to? Oh, the portal closed. How horrible of me. That's my bad. Close, close. Dice rolls. I'm gonna roll a d20. She gets a +7 to this. 14. As she kind of looks at the door, um, she kind of like feels it and sits there and thinks about it. She goes, "This one's got, this one's the portal. This one's the one that we just went through that made us come here. but I don't know if that's where we have to go or not.
Hmm. Well. Hmm. Well, we probably should
Can
get back.
can Rolo do a investigation check on the door?
Yeah. As you do, the mention of Mock from the hot, dry door, you just hear, "Did I hear someone say my name?"
It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. It is a door. As you kind of reach underneath and like kind of grab this little flap of wood that is just able to move just enough, you look under and it has the little sprinkling dew, like the other door had.
Hey guys, let's go through this door.
Um, Thayer's just gonna open the door to let Mark in.
So you're gonna go back to the left door to let Mark in.
Yes.
You open up that door. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you, sir.
All right. That will be a 16.
16 is perfectly fine. As you open up the door, it whips towards you. As it is a pull, it gets yanked, or yes, it's a pull. It gets yanked as if it was a push. You hold onto that doorknob. Your other hand holds onto the wooden frame around it, and you see this little tiny door ways off into the distance, and you can just hear Mock behind it going, "Hey guys, what's going on over there? Why do you guys sound so far away, way, way?" And you are holding on, like Captain America in the Winter Soldier. You have a choice. You can either pull yourself and close that door, or you can jump into a giant desert. It is aligned with sand walls, and it's like a straight, it's maybe like a mile walk to the door where you can hear Mock's voice. Or you can just close the door.
Hmm. Can I have Obsidian come and try and hold the door with me?
That would take an animal handling check, sir.
Could I instead use animal friendship?
Animal friendship, he says. Explain to me what animal friendship says.
The spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you, and if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, I think it's smarter than that, isn't it?
It's quite smart, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Um, yeah, I'll do an animal handling check. Let's fuck it, let's go.
Okay.
Nat
Oh,
20.
hot damn. Okay. What do you say to Obsidian? As Obsidian's last words were, "Keep an eye on that big idiot." What do you do now? What do you say?
I just whistle,
Okay.
and then I like look at the door, and I hope Obsidian understands what I'm talking about with the door.
uh Obsidian kind of looks at you in this horrible situation as you're like holding on to doorknob and door frame, looks at the desert, and Obsidian like uses one of his partially now formed tentacles and covers up his eyes from the heat and the dust. And Obsidian just looks at you and grabs at your trousers and just starts pulling you back towards us.
No, Obsidian, I need you to hold the door. I need to go get Mock.
uh Obsidian loosens its grip on you, and then just slowly, like very hesitantly, lets go, and stands like within the doorway.
Okay. So he's holding the door.
Thinking about it, yeah, he's in the doorway.
All right. I'm gonna cast Long Strider. This should make me faster, right?
Super fast. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna use my Elven lineage, so I don't use any of my spell slots for this.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna sprint towards that damn. Uh,
Super easy. Super easy. I as you are doing that, I would love to jump over to Rolo and Veridity. Uh, you've investigated this door. You know this door is maybe the one you want, and you turn back and see Theron has jumped into a desert, uh, extremely quickly. What would you like to do, Rolo?
Uh, Roller's gonna be like, man, he never listens. As he looks over at Serenity. What do you see in this guy?
Uh, she kind of shrugs her shoulders and mimes a little the classic wife behind the ear slap.
Oh, sorry, I'm receiving that slap today.
No, no, no. She mimes it as if like, man,
Oh,
it's kind of fun.
I'm receiving the slap today.
So Dobby gets the free slap. No, but Rolo, do you do anything with your door? Or are you gonna wait a second?
I'm gonna wait a second to see if Theron actually shows back up.
Okay. Obsidian standing in the doorway. Theron starts sprinting at this like almost lightning pace. Boom, 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 boom. Sand cracking behind you. You make it to this door. You grab the handle and it opens freely. As it doesn't fling, it doesn't slam. It just opens as if a door should, and you are face to face with a mock who just looks frantic and scared. Um, However, as you step through this door, I don't want to switch back and forth, but what you see is the original room you started in, Mark behind the door going, "Oh guys, oh God, I thought you guys were gone. I thought you were leaving me. I thought this was because of whatever you thought I did. I was very scared. I didn't." And behind you, Theron, you can feel that door barely trickling some sort of magical dew that, like, every now and then it hits you, and you just feel a little bit of heebie-jeebies behind you. Mark goes, all the things, they stopped falling and the door slammed open. I'm just so glad it's open. I was scared.
Theron grabs Mock and without even thinking about it, just turns back towards fucking Obsidian, sprints right back to the door.
Ooh, you turn around and there is no longer a desert. There's just a little bit of sprinkling dew coming down from a doorway. The littlest amount, barely trickling down.
Still gotta go to that door. Okay.
Okay. Explain to me the exact physicality of how you go through this door. Is it Mark first or is it you first?
I will throw Mark through that fucking door as I'm sprinting.
Absolutely. You start running, you turn around, you throw Mark, and boom, a door slams in front of you, Theron. You are no longer on the second level of this puzzle as Mark falls through and goes, oh, oh, thank God. Thanks, Theron. And he turns around and you are no longer there. And he goes, okay, what in the seven houses is going on? I don't like this. Why is it? What's that hinky stuff? Why are there two doors? And Mark just like his hands go up and he squeezes them and he goes, "I didn't grab my bag. I didn't do what I was. I didn't do any of the things I should have done." And he sprints up to you guys. Obsidian still holding at a door, looking at a desert. Two of his hands are holding the door from closing, and you can hear Theron. Theron, what do you say from the other side of the desert door?
Honestly, does Theron have his bag?
Yeah, it's
Theron's not
sitting
saying
there.
anything. He's looking around.
Okay. It is a frightful thing, but let's jump over to Dobby. Dobby, no Theron, uh, but there is a mock. What would you like to say?
Merlin looks at Mock like, wait a minute. I thought there, Mock. Oh, you
Yeah.
there playing tricks on me?
No, Theron pushed me through the door. The door's gone. I don't know what's happening, and I left my whole bag over there.
Rolo sighs, and now Rolo is going to attempt to go get Theron.
Okay. You head over towards Obsidian, holding open the door. You just want to sprint through the desert?
Sure.
Okay. You sprint towards the desert. The door opens as if it should, and you and Theron are looking at the solo door from the last level you were just in. However, Theron is kind of hovering over a bag fully open before he looks over his shoulder, and there you are.
Howdy.
Let's go. I think your wife would kill us both if we are late. At this point, he's so high he don't even know what the hell he's talking about. He just knows Verenity will beat the shit out of Theron.
They're just around real quick and be like, well, I think before you head back, he's gonna hand you the bag. He's gonna be like, head back. I'll be okay. I'm gonna go exploring a bit, but I'm sure I can find my way out of here. I think there's
Oh.
there's a limit to how many people can be in each of these rooms. And the max is without me, but I'm pretty sure I can solo dolo this. So
Or hear me out. Hear me out. I know we ain't the closest people out there, but what if we hug and jump through the door at the same time?
we can definitely try.
You can definitely try as you turn and look at the doorway with a little bit of dew coming down from it. Who would like to be odds and who would like to be evens?
I'll do evens.
Okay.
Odds
Here
it
we
is.
go. Beautiful. As you guys jump through this doorway together, this time it smacks you in the face there, and as you hit the ground on your back, take 1 damage, good sir. And Rolo, you find yourself in level 2 as you look, and Mox, like, concerned, looks at Veridity, looks at Obsidian, who's holding open the desert door, and Theron is nowhere to be seen.
Roller's gonna hold up Mark's bag like, I might not have gotten Theron, but I got your bag.
Ooh. The bag itself, as you hold it open, you hear it clunk, 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 as things fall out. Theron, you look down. There are some things at your feet now that you're kind of lying there on the ground, and you look at them, and some of them are rolling and spiraling, and you can just hear that sound of like 2 magnets getting closer and closer, as they kind of collide, and there's a moment of quiet. Rolo, you're looking down at what fell, and a few things. Actually, one specific like jar is like spinning by itself, and then it stops at a very odd lifted up angle. In from inside the jar, you just hear, "I'm coming, Mark, you bastard!" And it starts to crack. Theron, you look at the 2 things that have collided, and a little bit of dust just settles and then jumps into the doorway, just underneath the crack.
Roller's gonna look at Mark and be like, Mark, it's angry.
Mark spins around and sprints to the door in front of him. He goes, "I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit." And he opens his up, plenty of dew, and he runs through it. Mark is gone.
Roller at this point is gonna look down at the vial that is talking like, Mr. Vial?
A hand comes up from the vial, a little bit bigger than like a humanoid hand, not quite like elephant hoof, but like somewhere kind of almost perfectly in between, comes up and smashes the vial as a second one comes up from the gunk and like slams down again and starts pushing itself up. It is hairy, it's covered in drool, and this like green bile is like dripping off of it, and goes, "Where is Mark?" and
Oh.
it's pulling itself up. It is right next to you.
Roller was going to point to the door that Mark ran through. He's like, he's that way.
Uh, it looks at you as it's like forming its body still. It's slowly pulling itself up, hips now to the ground level. And it looks at you and goes, "Who are you?"
I'm Rolo.
Why did you have Mark's things?
He left it in the other room.
It looks at you, and you can tell that there's more to be formed, and it just can't. So it starts like clawing towards Mock. In fact, we need to give this thing a certain shape of some sorts. We'll give it a blue rectangle for now. And it slowly, as it goes past you, it looks at you, and you have that moment of like, is he gonna do something? You're ready for him to, and then it just keeps scooting along the floor. Mark, I'm coming, Mark.
Rolo's gonna be like, why you mad at Mark?
He took my souls.
Are you evil?
And it slowly turns around and looks at you and goes, "Yes, no, a little bit."
See, at this point, as soon as he hears the word yes, Roller's just going to Eldritch Splash the shit out of him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Go for it. Not go for it. It's a fairly broken creature. It doesn't have much to it anymore.
High
Try
Roller will miss.
no, yeah. Go ahead and roll. I don't know what to do for a thing that doesn't have legs. It can't help itself here.
Oh, I rolled 27.
Yes, go ahead and roll damage is what I meant, sorry.
Ah,
As you hit it, little chunks of it like fall off, and it just keeps crawling. Goes, "You bastard! You're on my list, Rolo. I don't forget a name." You can just hear Mock from the other end, and he goes, guys, we should be hurrying. That's a problematic, and it like is just a whisper towards you guys, but it's coming through the door. It goes, "Jess, you should be hurrying to me, please." Obsidian, conflicted with his last kind of commands, holds the desert door open. Veridity, kind of concerned for Obsidian, waits for Obsidian to do something, and we sit at Rolo, who looks at this strange creature crawling its way towards the main door. What are you thinking? Wait a
Roller is going to
minute.
be like,
Rolo, we have to pause. We have a very first time chatter, which means I get to write down a D6 equivalent in the book. Would someone mind rolling me a D6?
I got you.
Thank you. Who do we got here? Wizard Kicker 87. I love that.
It's low-key Wiz Khalifa.
Dude, if it was Wiz Khalifa, we would have some things to say. I would tell you all the crazy things I've done to your songs, like as his songs were playing in the background.
Y'all give me about 2 minutes. I got to get a baby bottle.
Okay.
Wanna
What
take a
did we get? A
little break here?
3. Yeah. Let's take a little break. Wizard Kicker, 83. You have added 3 to the horrible thing that's happening, and if you don't believe me, bam, there they is. They're written down in the thing. They're backwards for you, but you're at the very bottom. Pow 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 pow. Congratulations. I would like to take break time to kind of talk about something I've been working on. It's a game where instead of having a party of people, we're gonna follow one normal dude, no powers, no extremes happening around the world. However, we're gonna see how one guy can shape a kingdom. just based on never wanting to give up. It's going to be a very communal game coming up. It's maybe 2 3 months still in the works, but I'll try to post about it forever, to kind of keep the memory of it alive. But essentially, as this character kind of goes through the world, I'm going to put different options up for people watching to kind of get to pick and choose what they want, not necessarily to change the story, but to change the scenery. Um, where you might be able to spend a certain amount of what they're called things in Twitch. You get them for free just from watching the stream. Where one thing might be like, oh, he starts to get a little bit tired, or he has advantage on what he's trying to do. He gets an extra dice, whatever. As far as even things like I insert magic here or I insert nature here. And it's up to me to kind of role play and adapt to what you guys tell is happening in the story. Um, it's going to be a really fun story because the person playing in it is a longtime friend of mine, someone I've played with for a long time. And if his character were to falter, be imprisoned, be in a state where we don't feel like logically his character can continue, we're going to pull someone else from the tavern board. Um, Not necessarily someone at random, maybe someone who has some interest and has been following along with the story. But they will get to be the next solo player. And if you're not part of the tavern board, hit me up in the message. Hit me up on YouTube and be like, how do I become part of the tavern board? How do I become part of this fun area? And we'll help you out with that. So yeah, that's a fun thing that's coming up down the road.
I'm
Um,
back, by the way.
okay. We got Dobby back. We got Rolo back. Do we have Theron back? It doesn't sound like it, but this is a Rolo moment.
Yeah, so I rolled the 3.
You did roll 3. It has been written down. Thank you, Wizard Kicker 87. Um,
At
but yeah,
this point,
yep.
oh,
To be fair, Wizard Kicker 87 did say throw it through the desert door, just so you know. And we got Doc in here too.
you know what? Okay, Wizard Kicker. I'm gonna throw it through the desert door.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check, and it's going to be
Ugh.
opposed at this guy who has disadvantage because he's half of a person. Wow, that's a hefty disadvantage. Oh, I'm only seeing your roll. I didn't see my roll. What'd you get?
I got a 15. You got a
I
nat 20 and a 15.
Yeah, at disadvantage, so it's a 15, but he has a -1, which is, I promise you I didn't just make that up, but he's half a person. Most of his strength is gone. Uh it's a battle as you pick up this creature. It's flailing, you get hit in the face a couple times. There's some like angry elbows that come your way, but Obsidian holding open the desert door like looks at you, and you hold this thing, and it's not a hurl, it's not some Herculean strength, but you're able to just kind of as it kind of rolls off the edge, hits the door frame, and falls into the desert door. Obsidian looks at you, and the thing turns back, and its eyes just like glow towards you and goes, Rolo is on my list. And it reaches up towards you. Obsidian has an instinct of what to do, but what do you tell Obsidian?
Can I kind of like throw Eldritch Blast at the creature while I'm telling Rolo to shut the door?
As you tell Obsidian to shut the door, yeah, you
Yeah.
absolutely can.
Man, Dobby's high in real life too.
Dobby's real life high. Yeah, this thing doesn't have any of its things. It does have a natural. I'll give it to you for flavors. Okay. Just know this just makes this thing hate you more. as
That's
you
fine.
throw out your Eldritch Blast, which for you kind of comes out in this plume of smoke that like eventually irradiates towards someone and like hits them and then explodes. And then what do you say to Obsidian?
I'm like, Obsidian, shut the door. Shut the door, buddy. Shut the door.
Obsidian backs up a hair. The door doesn't quite close. Give me an animal handling check. You're looking to beat at least a 15 here as 14 because Obsidian is smart enough to understand bad things are happening.
No.
As he like holds the door just open a smidgen, he looks at you with like sad eyes, like, and you get the hint like he knows that Theron's somewhere out there.
Roller's gonna look at him. Don't worry, buddy. We'll find Theron.
Uh, as you can hear the thing just cursing at you from the other side of the door. However, it doesn't crawl through. Uh, Theron, back on your side, as this smoke kind of goes underneath the door, you hear screaming and shouting. Um, and then from somewhere not so far away, you hear, ah, damn it, Rolo! And it like is screaming at him.
Theron's just gonna go over there, so towards the stream, and be like, "Did I hear somebody talking about a Rolo?"
Uh, you can go closer to the sound, but it is just a closed door.
Okay.
You're not quite sure how it works, but you get to the edge of the door and you say that, and you just hear, "He's on my list now. I hate him forever.
Why?
Well, he threw me in this pit while I was trying to get Mark.
Why?
I hate him.
Why?
He took my souls.
Why?
I, I, I think I did something bad to him."
Why?
And he sits there, and you can't tell, but he has leaned on this desert wall, and his head's just kind of confused and tilted. And he goes, I was a bit greedy in my younger years, and to 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 be fair, now that I've been encamped for all these years and stuck inside of small jars, I should have been reflecting, but I don't. I just grew a lot of hatred.
Theron's just gonna sit like crisscross applesauce on the sand, and just
Uh,
be like, "Tell me how that makes you feel."
really
Theron
good and
perception.
powerful, rageful, even. I like
It's
that.
you know, it's okay to feel, rage. Everybody feels it.
Yeah.
It's one of the most powerful emotions. But at the same time,
Mhm.
you have to remember that, what can you do with that rage? If you just continuously just burn that rage, will there
Oh,
ever be anything more for you in the future? Do
yeah,
you
I
want
could I could crush Mock's head with that rage. And after I crush it, I could rip it and put it on some sort of dip as of the crunchy part of the dip. I could do that.
but after you finish your dip, will
Yes.
you still have someone to talk to? Would you ever have somebody to potentially hate? Because sure, you could have a list here per se, and this list could be your mortal
Uh-huh.
enemies or the people that you hate. But
Uh-huh.
at the end of the day, would ending like all of them truly, satisfy that rage, or potentially maybe are you just angry at yourself?
Huh. Currently, I would love to, well, like I said, crush Mock's head, put it on some sort of dip and eat it. And then I would love, after that, I would love to move on to this guy Rolo. I just met him. Seemed like an okay guy, and then he threw a giant plume of smoke at me and threw me in a desert. So then I would like to crush his skull and put it on maybe a salad. A dip's been heavy, so maybe a salad?
A salad does sound nice, but here's the thing:
Yeah.
you're only proving my point here, friend. You
Yeah.
keep telling me about this, ending the lives of people you hate, but at the end of the day, can you truly tell me why you hate them? Sure, maybe he did you wrong, but there's gonna be
Uh-huh.
his life. You've lived probably much longer than I have. Wait, that might not be true. I'm pretty old, but the thing
Hmm.
is, we all
How,
go through the
wait,
cycle of.
if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm about 112.
Oh yeah, pretty close, pretty close.
But here's the thing,
Yeah,
you know, the life continues on. We all hate something at some point. You know,
yeah.
I hate the fact that my father wanted me to take over the mercenary group, but I just decided that wasn't for me. And because I met someone I cared about.
Uh-huh.
You got to think about that for yourself. Is this truly the route you want to take? Is this truly the thing that you want to, dedicate your life to? Isn't there something else that'll make you happier instead of being just angry all the time?
There's a long pause from the other side of this door that gives you a wisp of heat from time to time. Roll me a persuasion. The DC is a 23.
I'm not gonna get that. You understand? I don't have a plus.
You a natural 20 will do it too.
I rolled a 5.
Uh,
Can I get advantage because I did this so well?
you did a great job, and I would love to give you advantage for it.
Can I?
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
100%. You asked for it, but I see the logic.
I rolled a 15. Can
Uh,
I use my guidance to try and buff it up a little bit?
Absolutely not. As the heat comes from the other side of there's a long silence. You know to wait for him to speak, and then he just kind of goes, "Yeah, yeah, but that fucker's got my legs, and I miss those a lot. So that's all I care about right now. I think he's using them as a shield. How fucked up is that?
Hold on, hold on. He has your legs. Is that true?
Yeah, using them as a shield is what my toes are telling me. Anyway,
Okay.
so I'm gonna crawl through this door and attempt to murder anyone in Mark's way. So, and you can just hear him like scratching at concrete wall. Rolo, this moment has taken you in and out. You can hear muffled sounds on the other side of this door before you start hearing the cobblestone getting ripped apart by some sort of nail. And this thing peeks its head over the top and goes, Rolo, you're number 2. You might be number 3. I just had a really intuitive talk, but I'm gonna get to you after I get my goddamn legs. And Obsidian at that point drops the door.
At the same time, can Rolo throw another edge blast?
Yeah, absolutely.
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't even need to know your positives. That hits for sure. Uh there is it's not so much you feel the pain of this thing, but you hear the sad thud as sand just kind of covers this thing. It goes, I swear to gods, I'll get you, you sons of, and then like that as the door closes.
Now, why can't I get these rolls when I need them?
Nope.
They're
That could have been important. You don't know.
just gonna open the door to where the guy is.
Your door no longer opens.
Oh, my door no longer opens. That's fun.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he's just gonna knock and be like, "You all right?"
There is nothing from the other side of your door now, unfortunately.
Well, like I know
Ro-
there's nobody there, or is there
Yeah.
just like silence?
Uh, as you like say something, you hear your own words just like whisper back as if the wind pushed them back to you.
Oh, fun. Okay.
3 now stand in front of a door with dew dripping down moderately, as if it's still barely raining, as if the rain is about to stop. Who's gonna go through Veridity, Obsidian, or Rolo, or no one?
Rolo's gonna go. Rolo's gonna go through.
Rolo strolls through. Um, this is a crucial moment. Rolo, you kind of step through. Nothing too bad happens. Obsidian and Veridity now look at the door. Um, the dew stops and little driplets start to go through. Um, the team consciousness kind of knows one can go through now. Uh, who would like to go through the door, Veridity or Obsidian? That's not a question for someone here, but that's a question for the team as a whole.
I say we roll a d20, evens and odds.
I have a very sneaky suspicion Veridity would let Obsidian go through, which is
Um,
crazy talk.
yeah, probably.
But I don't see her letting her pet be trapped somewhere, right?
Yeah.
True.
This is super interesting. I didn't think this would work out the way it did, but I think she just kind of bends over and like whispers a sweet nothing into Obsidian's ear, and then gives Obsidian a little pat on the butt as Obsidian jumps through the door. Um, we then jump to the next room, which is there's a very distinct lack of ink on the floor. There is no longer a nasty smell coming from places around you guys. However, the things it is lacking is friends. As Rolo, Mock, and Obsidian look in front of them, and there are 3 doors. What would you guys like to do? Rolo,
Hold on.
this kind of drops
Let's-
down to you now.
Let's say, hold on, my thing was still loading.
Nope, you're fine.
Well, Rolo is going to investigate the new looking door.
Okay. As there was a door in front of you, a door to your left, the one to the right now. How do we
Dirty
do?
20.
A dirty 20. You kind of push your face up to the keyhole and your eyelashes kind of get pulled in and you can feel this like rush of some sort of it's like a blessed feeling. It makes you feel happy as you kind of lean towards this door.
Do I hear anything?
For an investigation, no, you're kind of caught up in the moment of like looking and feeling. If you want to roll me a perception, you can.
9. I don't hear shit.
Yeah, unfortunately Mock's behind you like, so what was the thing? It was scary. It said something about me. I didn't like it. I ran through the door. What's going on? And you're like, dude, shut up. And there's quiet for a second, and you can almost hear the faint sound of something. And then Mock goes, okay, but I really need to know, did it have a beard? Was it beardless? Did it have long hair, short hair, blonde? What kind of, did it have mismatch eyes? And he's just bugging the shit out of you nervously.
I'm just going to kind of Rolo's slowly coming off his like major high.
Yep.
And he's turning around and is like, shut the hell up. He's locked in the desert somewhere.
Oh, desert's good. Desert's good for him. Okay. He was a sailor once. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, I didn't, because I panicked and ran through a door. I need to get better at adventuring instincts.
Rolo is then going to come investigate this door.
Okay. As you kind of step through that door, I'll keep your 20. As you look into that door, and it is a lack of anything. As you kind of peer this piece of wood, it is black. There's no speckle. There's no light flickering. The reflection from the light that should be behind you doesn't make its way into that door.
Rolo kind of like turns around like, yep, nope, lock that door. And he's going to come investigate this door.
There is a bustling sound of a very busy tavern. Barmaidens yelling, oh, you've already had enough, Frank. And then voices yelling back like, I'll tell you when I had enough. As like something hits the ground, there's a burst of laughter.
Rolo's going to go through the I feel blessed door.
Okay.
Oh.
You open up. Oh, you son bitch. There goes
My
that
bad.
door. She gone. It's over. That blessed door actually was the trap the whole time. No, as you go to fix that, you open up the door and there is dew sprinkling down, but it's not an abundant pour like it was before. And Rolo, you maybe don't know because you haven't been in this situation necessarily this whole time. But Mock looks and he looks at Obsidian and he looks at you. I, I want to go through the door. I really do. I just don't think we all can.
Can Roller stick his head back through the door?
If you stick your head through the door, as you get to like your earlobes, it like pulls you. So it's up to you if you want to go any further or not.
Mm. Roller's still marginally high. He's like, oh well, he's staying in the door.
Okay, like going through the door or staying on the side with Obsidian and Mock.
Now, like I was asking because how I said he's already walked through the door.
Yep.
I was asking if he could like stick his head back through it and like try to call
Oh,
Obsidian.
oh, you're through. Oh yeah, you're through, and there is no door anymore.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So here is the moment we are going to. If somebody could roll for Obsidian, give me actually since you are patiently stuck in your other room, give me a roll for both Obsidian and Mock. Mock gets a +3, Obsidian gets a +6. But roll for Obsidian first, please.
All right, that's an 8.
Okay. 8 + 6, 14, and then let's get Mock.
That's a 3.
Oh, absolutely. Obsidian looks at Mock, and Mock looks at Obsidian and goes, "Hey, why don't you just you? It's up to you. It's fine. I'm okay going." And then he sprints to the door, and Obsidian just like all 6 of his feet dig into the hardwood and dive through the door, and you just hear Mock on the other side goes, "Ah, shit. Okay, sorry, Obsidian." And Obsidian Rolo, you two are now face to face with the final kind of last sort of moment here. Um, as you two kind of get your bearings, you're looking backwards. Make Mock choose the door. I love that wizard kicker. That made me happy. These are all the people who could have made it, but they didn't. Tatunk, 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 tatunk. As Obsidian and you, Rolo, you look forward, and there is this creature. I didn't find a good version of it, but it is this like embodiment of radiation, as if you were to bottle up the sun. And it kind of slowly picks its head up and goes, "I'm sorry, I tried to tell you, but they wouldn't let me. You were too late. Uh, I really appreciate you all coming and trying to help me." And like bound by its arms, chest, hips, knees, ankles, neck, and even like pierced through like its skull are these cloudy, really, really dark chains that like pull back into darkness behind them. Um, and these little tiny creatures. Rolo, give me a history check. Let's see how you do on that. Uh, as of right now, as they're getting closer, you like look at them with that 7 there. You remember like, okay, these things are things. I know they're things. I can feel that they're things. Give me a perception check as they kind of form into a formation. Oh boy, as you're looking with that nat 1, uh it's hard to see exactly how they're moving. Um, but finally, one of them leaps towards you and it looks up and it just turns its body as it's all mushy in this weird pink sort of like bubblegum mixture. And it has these little hands that dig into the ground and it twists and looks at you with no visible eyes. But you hear inside your mind go back the way you came. He is ours. We take the sun. We've made him our transport. Leave us alone.
Yeah, see, Rollo really doesn't take kindly to being told what to do.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So we already know what Rollo's throwing.
Oof. You launch this plume of smoke, your Eldritch Blast, as it heads towards this creature. Very slowly, very subtly, it just steps to the side as it burrows through the ground and rolls before it dissipates towards this like light of a creature. Uh, Obsidian kind of looks around. I have to roll. I can't just. I feel like he's smart enough, but I can't make it happen. Definitely not. There's a bunch of scary, squishy things in front of it. Obsidian leaps towards the closest thing. Rolo, the last thing we have for tonight. Uh, Roll me a perception check. Go for glory, kill them all, Wizard Kicker says. A natural 2 plus 1, 3. Rolo, the only thing in front of you are these squishy little creatures. As the ones who don't fall into formation go closer to you, and you hear in your head, kill them, we'll stop them. They can have our thing. It's our thing. And our last moment here is Rolo looking at these creatures as he finally dawns on him. The more he thinks, the more these things talk. And these little brain-like creatures are hurling towards you as Obsidian reaches towards one of them, paw out. We will stop here for the night, mostly because I have to go to bed. I have to wake up super, super early, and it's on my own accord. I will say I did volunteer to wake up super early. But our scene here is Rolo looking at these creatures, Obsidian looking to attack, and a being of pure light, sad and happy all at the same time. Not quite sure how the outcome's going to be. Jacob, Dobby, anything you guys would like to say before we call it for the night?
Thanks for watching, y'all. It's
Mhm.
always fun to play. Yeah, if you guys are interested in joining the tavern board, just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being a good sport about being trapped back in the first level. I appreciate it there, Star.
I have some ideas.
Yep. I like it. I like it. Dobby, anything from you before we're out of here?
No, just that I think Rollo might have actually bit off a little bit more than he chewed this time.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a rough one. But yeah, from the world that was promised, thank you guys. This is our every other Thursday night game. So if you come next Thursday and you're wanting this, there will be something else here. It's typically a podcast, but it could be a different thing depending on what's going on. But we thank you guys from everybody from OT Cleric, Doc Grimley, and our first ever first time chatter Wizard Kicker 87. Thank you guys for being a part of us, and as always, deuces mooses.